Hello everybody, my name is Michael. In this video I would like to talk about emotional education um, because it's a concept that is not being explored in our country yet. It's very important. It's true that our society is deeply committed to education. We don't hesitate to devote a lot of our resources, money, time, and energy to educating our kids. Yet we don't know what skills we have to equip our kids with. We have no idea. It's not just I've got two kids, and I don't know what skills will be required of my kids to be able to make a decent living in the future. Because it got me thinking when I came across this word, emotional education, this phrase, and I think it's very important. Why? Because it's very important for our kids to be emotionally strong. Why? Because we don't know their future. We don't know the sort of challenges and that they will have to overcome in the future. I have no idea. Actually, I have no idea how to, educate or what skill to equip my kids with. And I teach my kids to be able to speak English. To learn. I teach him to be able to play the piano. Yet I don't know whether he is prepared for the future. Why? Because he doesn't know the future. He has no idea, and I'm clueless about it too. Because of that, and the future that they will have to encounter is full of uncertainties. In terms of technology, we don't know, and what sort of technology they will be using. Now, Facebook is going to launch a metaverse soon. I don't know, how they will be working in the next 10 or 20 years. In order to prepare for this sort of future, one thing that I think we have to know is like they have to be emotionally strong. Why? Because everything is changing very quickly. When I was 8 years old, and I could predict my future at the time. Like, for example, if I could speak English, if I could use the computer at the time, I knew that I would be able to get a proper job to make a good living, and that sort of stuff. But now, if I teach my kids, or if my kids are able to speak English very well and use the computer really well, and play the piano really well, does that mean that he will be able to build a very good future? I don't know. Why? Because the skill that he has right now might be useless in the next 5 or 10 years. Why? Because they are, when I was 8 years old, I just need to be better than my neighbors, or maybe I just need to be, at the top of my class. If I'm head and, above, head and shoulders above the students in my class, that I can make a good living. But now they not only have to compete with the people, they have to compete with the computers too. Only if they are better than the computer, the algorithm, like if they have to be better than Twitter, they have to be better than Facebook, they have to be better than AI. Only then do I think that they'll get a good job. And then also it's a particularly very stressful society nowadays, right? Getting a job is not enough. You have to get a very, very good job, and a reputable job, and it's there are a lot of things that they have to solve. And in order to solve these problems, I don't think whatever they will have learned from schools will not be enough. They have to be emotionally strong. In order to be emotionally strong, they have to read lots of books. They have to think. They have to say no to things which are naturally considered to be very good. Like for example, playing games. When I was young, if I played games, like my parents didn't stop me from playing games, because like if I play games, like I could be physically strong, and I could build up my physical strength and my mental strength. Nowadays kids, if they play games, it's not good. Why? Because they could play games for hours and hours, and which is not really good for health. So despite the fact that they get pleasure from playing games, they get entertained by playing games, it's not really good, for health. It's not really good, both for their lives and for the parents. So to me, I think like we have to teach our kids to say no to things or to activities which from which that they get pleasure, like from Facebook or from TikTok, from games or from drugs, because they are very dangerous for these kids. Unless they are emotionally educated, they're not going to be able to say no. Why would you say no to activities like from which that you get pleasure? Because everybody wants to have a good time, everybody wants to be happy. So as long as for them, as long as they're getting pleasure from it, they're fine. It's not really fine. And then I think it's our responsibility to educate our kids to be emotionally strong. Nowadays, most parents send their kids to school and they forget, about bringing up their kids, and they don't really care. To me, in order to be emotionally strong, in order to bring out a well-behaved, emotionally strong kids, and then both teacher, student, not just, teachers and students, and parents are also responsible for it, and we have to take it very seriously. And it's not enough for us just to send our kids and expect to be emotionally strong. I don't know what you have to teach, but what I know for sure is they need to be emotionally strong. And I can't just give you a book and say read everything in this book and you're going to be emotionally strong. No, I can't. It's easy for us to teach our kids to be smart in physics or math, but it's very difficult for us to teach our kids to be emotionally strong. And it's very difficult because you don't have a guidebook. You don't have a parenting book and you say read this book and that's what you have to do. No, it's very difficult. I have no idea how to bring up my kids, and I'm just learning on the job. I'm just trying to now as a parent, I'm teaching my kids to be emotionally strong and to be able to abstain from doing things from which that they get pleasure. Just training them, because that is the sort of skill that they will need to use in the future. So thank you very much, and I hope that you will be able to bring a well-behaved kids, a kid who is emotionally strong.